Good morning, Kipsters. I'm just so cold over here because guess what? Today we're gonna read a book about an animal that lives in Antarctica. And this animal loves to be cold, but you know what? Me, Mr. Randberg, I'm just not used to it. I need to bundle up a little bit again today. So before we start reading, I have a story to tell you. One time, I was eating a red apple for breakfast, and I took a big bite and do it like this. Take a big bite, get ready. Good. And when I pulled the apple out of my mouth, I noticed that something was sticking out of the apple. And when I looked closely, I noticed that it was my tooth. I had lost my very first tooth. Now, this was when I was a kid. See, I have all my teeth. But I told my sister this story. I told her all about how I bit into the red apple and out came my tooth. And then she goes, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool. You had a red apple for breakfast?" I was like, "No, you missed the major event." She was like, what's a major event?" And I said, "Oh man, well, a major event is an important thing that happens in a story. And great readers are really good at looking and listening for major events or important parts of the story." So then I asked my sister, I was like, "Wait, so if you think that the apple is a major event, you're confused. I wonder if my Kipsters could help me. What is the major event of my story? Is the major event that I ate a red apple, or is the major event that I lost a tooth?" You got it. The major event is that I lost my first tooth. That's an important part of the story. I wasn't telling you the story to tell you I ate an apple. I was telling you a story to tell you that I lost a tooth. So today, we are going to read a new book called Little Penguin, the Emperor of Antarctica. And when we read this book, we're going to identify major events, or we're going to tell the most important things that happen. Now, this book is pretty awesome because it teaches us a little more about penguins in Antarctica. Now, this book is fiction because it tells us a pretend story, but all of the things in the book can really happen to penguins that live in Antarctica. So let's get ready. Little Penguin, the Emperor of Antarctica, by Jonathan London, illustrated by Julie Olson. When the little emperor of Antarctica crawled out of his cracked egg and looked around with his wobbly head, he was cradled on his father's feet. Little Emperor was cold and hungry. Feed me, he peeped. Father Penguin dripped crop milk into the chick's wide open mouth. Then he tucked the chick under his belly flap. Now, Little Emperor was cozy and warm. But soon he was hungry again, and Father Penguin was out of milk. Little Emperor whistled and peeped and poked his head out. Feed me! Just in time, Mother Penguin crooned her song across the wind-blown ice. Father Penguin trumpeted back, "Here, we're here!" There! Among thousands of voices, she recognized the call of her mate. She had been away for 3 months, hunting in the open sea. Now she had made the long trek back, and her belly was filled to bursting with fish, squid, and krill for her chick. Famished, which means that the penguin was extremely hungry, like really, really hungry. Little Emperor nestled between her feet and jammed his bill deep inside his mother's beak and ate and ate and ate. So there's Little Penguin getting the food from his mother. Oh, Kipsters, who returned home from hunting? Yeah, Mother Penguin returned home. This is a major event because this is an important part of the story because Mother Penguin was gone for 3 months and now she's back. With a full belly, little Emperor took his first tentative step. Whoops! He stumbled and slipped on the ice, then stood up, dazed and bewildered and tired again. Tired, he snuggled into the soft comfort of his mother's belly flap and peeked back out after his father. Peekaboo! But Father Penguin was starving. While Mother Penguin had been away, he had stood in a huddle with the other males, each balancing a single egg, and hadn't eaten for 3 whole months. Kipsters, what do you think Father Penguin is going to do next? He's so hungry. He hasn't eaten since Mother has been back. Maybe he's going to go get food? Let's see. Now it was his turn to make the long, hard journey down to the sea for food. And for weeks at a time, through the long night of winter, little Emperor's father and mother took turns trudging back and forth, sharing their catch with their chick. And all this time, little Emperor grew and grew. By the time the sun came back, spreading its light like a giant wing across the gleaming ice, little Emperor was living more and more with the other young penguins, with his soft tuft of down sprouting like wild grass. Little Emperor played with the others and waited for the sea ice to open, not so far away. At last, in midsummer, it was time. At 5 months old, little Emperor and his clan waddled down to sea. They hopped and leaped and tobogganed whoosh until they reached the ocean. Look at this picture of little Emperor. Look at this picture of little Emperor. How has little Emperor changed? He grew up. Now he has these big black feathers. He has yellow and orange and white feathers too. He's getting bigger. Curious and scared, little Emperor craned his neck and looked out to sea at the floating castles of ice. Ooh, just like we learned about in the Antarctica book. Now, you guys, the words say that little Emperor is feeling curious and scared. What does curious mean? Oh, like you want to know more? You want to learn more about something? You're interested? Oh, okay. So why is he feeling scared? Maybe because he's never gone out to the water before? You might be right. Suddenly, another young penguin bumped into him. He slipped and plunged in sploosh and dove underwater. Soon the water foamed and boiled with hundreds of little penguins flashing through the sea. But something was lurking. Something was waiting. A ferocious sea leopard! Little Emperor spun and twirled. He torpedoed away, leaped like a dolphin, and rocketed clear out of the sea, escaping the seal's deadly jaws. Snap! Oh my gosh. What happened when little Emperor fell into the water? Yeah, the ferocious sea leopard came and tried to eat little Emperor. Is this a major event? Yes, it is. This is important because if this didn't happen in the story would change. And little Emperor could have been hurt and eaten. Squawking in alarm, little Emperor waddled along the ice edge till the leopard of the sea was gone. Safe now, he plunged back in, paddling and leaping through the thawing ocean, chasing fish and squid and krill, bursting with energy and life. Now the little Emperor of Antarctica would live at sea. In 4 years, as the dark of winter approached, he would begin the ancient journey back to the breeding grounds, where it would be his turn to balance one precious egg on 2 webbed feet. What does little Emperor have? Yeah, little Emperor now is a father and has an egg of his own. So what do you think he will do next? Take care of his egg? I think you're right. That is the end of Little Penguin. Now, we had to think about some major events in the story. So today, I want you to help me identify major events. What is the major event? Is it when little penguin fell down on the ice? Or is it when the ferocious sea leopard came and tried to eat the little emperor? Point to it. Ready, set, go. You got it. The major event is when the ferocious sea leopard was coming after little emperor. Okay, let's try one more. What is the major event? Is the major event that little emperor became a father and had his own egg? Or is the major event that little emperor was with the other penguins? Ready, set, go. You got it. The most important event on this page is that the little emperor became a father and had an egg of his own. Kipsters, you did a fantastic job thinking about major events or the most important parts that happened in the story. I loved reading The Little Penguin with you, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye, Kipsters.